Hi everybody, welcome along to our Take 5. We do this live challenge every Tuesday in the afternoon. We've changed times, but it's the same, exact same thing. So it's our Take 5 for the 16th of March 2021. I can hardly believe it's that year or that day. Anyway, never mind. And the 5 things today are ribbon. Yeah, okay, we can all, you can use the ribbon, everybody can. Text, yeah, that's something else we use all the time. Flower, yeah, it's me, we always use flowers. A 3D element, we haven't had this one before. Had to even ask Mr. F what he meant by it, to be honest. And a face. We haven't had a face before either, so we've got 2 here that we've never had before. And what we are making, we've never made before either. It's a journal front cover. So that's a bit different. That's shaking things up a little bit. I thought it was all getting a bit predictable, but I'm not in charge of pulling out of the hat. You know, it's totally random. So these have never come up before, and they've both come out today. So, right. I've had a think about this in the couple of hours since Mr. F drew the numbers out, and to be honest, I'm all over the place on it. I really am. But it's a journal front cover. That's the thing to start with. So the journal that I'm making at the moment is this little poppy one, and it's tiny. Look, see how big it is. So if we were to make a cover for that, it would want to be, well, from where the fabric ends, it would want to be, well, that's 4 1/4 by 7 1/4. But the whole cover goes back to there. So that would be 5, no, yes. Where does it end? Back there. It's about 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. Let me write that down somewhere. 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, because you know I'll just forget. Five 1/4 by 7 1/4. Right. So I'm not actually going to make the grey board cover and whatever. I am just going to make the card that's going to go on it. That's the plan. That's the plan, guys. You know, plans change. Right, so let's cut ourselves a piece of card in the appropriate size. I hope this is going to work. I really do. Because my thoughts about it are quite woolly. I got woolly thoughts. Right, so 7 1/4 by 5 1/4.
You need to be sheepish.
I'm very woolly today. I don't know what's up with me. Let's cut this off at 5 1/4, shall we? Let's make a start. Do something positive. I don't know why, but the thought of it being a journal cover sort of frightens me a bit. I mean, I'm not running and screaming from the room, but it's just not something we normally do. Right, so I've chosen to use this lovely aqua tealy sort of colour. Better cut it off at the right measurement up here as well, hadn't I? 7 1/4. Right. Okay, so now we do actually have the measurement for the journal cover that I want to make. Yours can be anything. You know, you might be doing a whole big thing. You might just be not making anything, just making a journal cover. Up to you what size you make it, but make it a realistic size. You know, don't make it like that sort of size, because you go on the naughty step if you do. Right, so ribbon, text. I think I need to get my face sorted out.
Never a true word.
Ain't that the truth? I need to get my face sorted out. Well, my first thought was that I would use a picture of Edith. That was my very first thought. But I've had a look through the book. I can't find a picture of Edith that I really, really, really like. So, aren't they beautiful, those sepia plates? I love them so much. So yeah, no, there's pictures of her sister and whatever, which are really beautiful. And there's that painting, but it's round, it's circular, and I'd find it too difficult, I think. I would. It's hard, isn't it? So what I decided to do was go kind of left field and use face on a bird. Why can't you do that? It doesn't say human face. Oh gosh, I'm building up things on top of the printer again. Yeah, I mean, these have got faces on. If you had to say, what's that? You'd say it's a bird face. Bird face. So,
you bird face.
You need to do something about your face, bird face. So I've got these, but these are all kind of, I mean, look, you don't want that on your front cover, do you? I don't think. But there are nicer ones. That's quite a nice one.
I suppose if you were making it for a solicitor or something. A vulture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, these are all quite nice. You've seen all these before because didn't we use them in Mr. Green, I think? This one's got a bit of a weird looking face. I'm not for believing that bird actually looks like that. It's a jay, I think. I don't know. That's a little cutie, isn't he? He's cute. Maybe a bit small. I don't really know what I've got in mind. That's the problem. Robin. Yeah, okay, let's just get to the bottom here and see what there is. And then I can make some sort of a decision. Just little ones here at the bottom, right. Right, let's just say I chose this, and I think it's called an anteater, but, you know, don't quote me on that. And like an idiot, when I cut them out of the book, I didn't make a note of what they were. I think he looks quite nice on there. Quite nice. I don't know what else to say. He looks quite nice.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, but the things that I'm going to put on are the things that I've brought forward to put on, to audition if you like, are as follows. I've got this little pot of dried flowers, and in there I've got some of these tealy coloured ones. See, that was kind of my idea. I might, you know, tart it up with a bit of flowerage. So that's an idea. Before you ask me, these came from my good friend in the box. Came like that. I've got these, which are these sort of mesh ribbon, very shabby looking sort of rosy things. I mean, they're nice as well, I like them. I have 2 flowers that I've made myself from sari ribbon. So I'm kind of using the ribbon and the flower in one go, if I was to do that. I did that with the fray bits on the outside and that with the fray bits on the inside, so they are a bit different. But that's just an idea. I've got eyelash yarn in that lovely tealy colour, and I really think I will use that. I've got this beautiful, beautiful lace. Some more ordinary crochet lace. Anything else? Is there anything else that I got out? A bit of turquoise ribbon. That's the only turquoise ribbon I have in the world. These cream flowers, got out, which are just paper flowers. These ones need a bit of reviving really. They've been crushed up in a box upstairs. So I just wondered if I put those with some of this, would that look nice? I don't know. This is where I am at the moment, all right? So I need some text. That's the first thing that I need. So I think I'll just get some text out of the Edith book. That way then I know that it's... Just had a thought there. If that's the full journal cover, then I want to sort of in a bit. Yeah, I do. I want an inner bit. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Let's find some text here that isn't gonna... Yeah, that's all right. Let's see if I can find my quick unpick. It is a quick unpick if you can find it. Oh, come on. Ah, there it is. I really like this idea of having all my stuff that I use all the time in that drawer. Problem is it's getting ever fuller and so I can't find the stuff. Oh well, that was always on the cards. So I'm just going to cut through here in the centre of the signature, cut through the binding strings. Is that both of them? No, just one. It is tricky, these ones at the start and end, because they're really quite tight. Fortunately, I don't want this bit that's right next to the strings, because I've kind of butchered it a bit. Let's see if I've got it all. No, I think there's probably still some... Yeah, that one I hadn't gone through. That one I hadn't gone through. Anyway, there we are. I've done it now. Put that away. Oakley, coakley. Right, so what does that measure, I wonder? Let's have a look and see. It measures 4 inches, almost exactly, by... wrong end, by 5 1/4, 5 1/2. So if I was to cut that out and put it onto there, I think that would look all right. There's one way to find out, is there not? So yeah, here I am cutting into another Edith book. Oh my goodness me. It does always make me stop and, you know, just pause a little before I actually do that. Because, you know, there's another Edith book in pieces. That's 4 inches to there. I could maybe get away with another little bit. That's about 4 1/16. These are good to keep because they're a nice colour for stamping on. You know, stamping things on, or writing, if you've got nice handwriting. I don't, I have abysmal handwriting. So I'm just trying to get this straight. And I know that this is going to be all right, the text in this book, that I don't have to, you know, check it for every word. It's not that long ago that I was doing something and I came across, I very, very nearly put a rude word in one of my lives, and I just caught it just in time. Because that would not have been good. May have caused offence. Right, so there we are. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Tell me the bird fits on there. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. We're coming along already. I don't know what's funny about that, but it works, and it works. I wasn't expecting it to. Right, I'm going to use my vintage photo again. You could use the whatever it's called, peacock thing or whatever that matches the turquoise. I don't want to do that. I think I might be going off coloured inks for distressing purposes.
That's the beauty of not planning it out before you start.
What's that? That you find it funny when it works?
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely absolutely not planned out. Right, there we go. The sponge is falling to pieces. I see Ranger brought out some new sponges for this. They fit the original dabber, but they're foam and they're domed. So if you're sort of shading in, you know, from the corner, with these, you always get a circle. It's almost impossible not to. But these new domed ones, of course, don't have that hard edge on. That's what Timmy told me anyway. So, don't know whether he was speaking the truth or not. Just wanted to sell some merchandise. Yeah, so that'll go there. That'll go there. Now, I don't really want to put too much down here because there will be fabric. If this were a real book cover, there'll be fabric coming over there, possibly even down over there. So I'm going to leave this bit blank for fabric or lace or whatever it is I choose to bind the spine with. So I can pretty much put that where I want it, really. As long I'd quite like it halfy, but do I want to put lace underneath that, or even eyelash trim? The eyelash trim might look quite nice under it, mightn't it? Right, I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do. Someone, and I'm so sorry, I don't know who it was, sent me this eyelash yarn and others wrapped around these old pegs, which are gorgeous. So whoever it was, thank you very, very much. Oh, look at it, it's lovely. Might have to go around a couple of times.
Double-sided tape be easiest, do you think?
Do you think?
Maybe
The only thing I was thinking was I thought I might elevate this. Mind you, double-sided wouldn't stop that. Yeah, good thinking, Miss Griff. That's why you get the big books. Yeah, or not. Right, so I am going to put double-sided tape right around the edge here. And then I've got something to stick that eyelash trim to.
It'll stick it to the page as well after when you've finished.
Although I might decide to elevate it somewhat. Who knows? Who knows what I will decide? Because I don't. So I'm guessing nobody. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all keeping away from the dreaded lurgy. And you're all getting your vaccinations. I know some people have reactions to the vaccination. We've been lucky, neither of us really suffered that much. But whatever it is, pretty much, it's better than COVID. So, you know, don't be put off taking your vaccination. Not only will it help you, but it'll keep the COVID down in the population. Therefore, make it safer for everyone. Speech over. Speech over. That's not like me to go on a rant, is it? Okay, I've lost my bone folder. My lovely new Teflon bone folder. Aha, here it is. I love this. This is a gift from Nancy, and it's absolutely fantastic. That's all burnished down now, I can tell you. I can promise you it is. It's just brilliant at burnishing folds in and all sorts of things. Really got some sort of heft behind it. You need one in your lives. Right. Let's get going with this. So I want all the things to be on the outside, don't I, really? Where's the end? Where's the end? Where's the end? There, I think. So just stick it so as the hairy bits sticking out. This might get a bit tedious because I might have to go around here several times to get it nice and fluffy. So if you're looking for eyelash yarn, I believe Julie has some in her shop. Right, I'm going round again, guys. Hopefully the hairy bit will come at a different place to where it came on the first time round. There's no point sticking it inside, is there? Nobody's going to see it in there. I do like eyelash yarn, actually. I like tying it on my tags like that. Well, I think I'm off on the third time round now. Didn't even notice. Seamless. Right, let's have a look and see what this looks like. Maybe one small round, I think. Whoa, don't fall off the table. Told you this might get tedious. I told you. Well, the kids here are back at school after a very much extended Christmas break that went on until the 8th of March. So some semblance of normality has returned. Not much, though. Let's have a look and see what that looks like. I think that's sufficient. Let's cut that off. Make sure all that's stuck down. Pull out what we can. Okay, yeah, quite like that. Now then, the thing is, shall I just stick that onto there, or shall I elevate the whole thing? I'm kind of fancying the idea of elevating the whole thing. Could you go and have a look in the artist cabinet and see if, you know, the stuff Nancy sent us, the dimensional stuff, if there's some quite thick in both ways. Yeah, I quite like the idea of that being elevated. Which does, in fact, make that whole thing a 3D thing, doesn't it? I guess. I'm just going to, while Mr. F's doing that, I'm just going to ink around my bird. Get rid of those white edges. Bobby is a little bit better today, I can report. He's not bouncing around, but he has been out the garden for a good mooch around and whatever, so I think he's feeling a little bit happier. How do you get it out? Let's have a look.
That's all right.
Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at the dimension on that and look at the thickness. I think that's perfect for our job. Let me just actually make a mark on here where I want this. I want it about there. So that's, how much in from the edge is that? 1/2 inch in, and that is 3/4 at the top, and yeah, that's about right there actually. Let's just make a little pencil mark. Okay, now let's put some double-sided on here. Double-sided dimensional tape. blimey, this is thick, chunky stuff. I have never used this stuff before in my life. So I don't know if I'm supposed to put it closer to the edge or further from the edge or what. I have no idea. Could I get 4 strips? No, I don't think so. I imagine this was quite all the go for card makers and mini scrapbook type people, but I was neither of those, so this is all new to me. I might be making a right botch up of it as well. I don't think so. Well, I hope not. I can't wait to see what you come up with for this one and what sort of face you choose to use, because it could be a human face. I can't see that, so I think we're all right. Yeah, it could be a human face. It could be a clock face, couldn't it? What else has got faces? I don't know. Sun very often has a face on. Whatever it is, as long as it's a face, you'll meet the criteria. Right, let's see if we can get this on here then. So I want that there and that there. I'm frightened that once I touch this, it's going to stick like Billy-O. Right, does that look right? No, it's a bit... Yeah, it is. It's very, very sticky. Oh my life, this is sticky, sticky. Just need to move it across a little bit. So I need it there. See, I should never do anything like this without a ruler because I'm just rubbish. Right, I think that's good. Miss F? Miss F? Huh? Right, okay, I'm calling that done. Lovely. Yeah, I think that's okay. I like these a lot. They're quite long, but you know, that's all right. Right, so now I've got to work out what I'm going to do with the birdie. What have I got? Ribbon. Haven't used it yet. Text, yeah, I've definitely used the text. Flower, no. 3D element. Do you reckon that is a 3D element? It is 3D, isn't it? Miss Rev? No.
Yeah, I suppose it is. It's not all on the same level, is it?
Not on the level at all.
No.
Right, well, I'll put a tentative little tick beside the 3D element. And the face, yeah. I mean, I haven't stuck him down yet, but yeah, it's going on there. Right, so what's the lace situation? Well, I've got that, which could go down there. It's quite nice. It's really lovely lace, this. Regina sent it. It's gorgeous. And I could put that over the top. That would be nice. That's quite nice, isn't it? But what about the old flower situation? Oh. Help! I quite like these ones as well, actually. So if I got rid of that, put that there. Or I could put it like that. Is lace a thing? No, ribbon is. Right, let's ditch the lace then for the time being. And put the ribbon just up there. Put him there. I quite like that. I think that's better than the lace. The lace was a step too far. What are you looking at?
I'm just wondering if you took the lace from left to right, under his tail, between his feet, and out the other side, it looked like he was perched on the ribbon. Go on, say it. I hear you, but no.
I hear you, but no. Yeah, I see what you mean. But you can do that one. It's yours if you want to.
No. I hear you, but no.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, these are not, have no place in this business at all. So they're going over there. I quite like that ribbon down there, I must be honest. Right, so that would take care of the ribbon. Then what would I have? Oh, flower. Yeah, what did I say about a flower? Oh, I've got this. I've got these cream ones. Have I got any turquoise flowers? Let's have a look and see. I've got one. Is that really the only turquoise flower that I've got? No, I've got two. Things are looking up. Sort of, oh, look at these. These are good. These are a good find. Oh yes. And I also have the cream version as well. And oh yeah. This is all coming together, guys. I think anyway. Right, I don't want that. I do like these, but I also kind of like those. No, I don't like that. No. Yeah, I quite like that though. That's quite nice. Hobbycraft these were from. And they're one of the few things in Hobbycraft that I think are not too expensive. Don't get me wrong, they're not giving them away, but they're not that hideously expensive. Yeah, I quite like that, actually. And then if I were to use some of these tiny little ones, these little weeny ones, around the place, maybe. Just pop them out onto there. I could maybe get away with just sort of different shades of the same thing. I quite like the light ones actually, they're quite nice. Oh, stay where you belong. Don't get adding to the problems. Not so sure I like them now. No. Another turquoisey one. What about that up the ribbon? Well, that's not too bad. That's a corner, isn't it? It looks like a corner, which is okay with me because it is in a corner. This one here, I've only got one of, but that, yeah, I need to remember. Oh, yeah, but I bet you the thing will stop there because this is elevated now. So whatever it is that I use to bind this is going to stop there in my head. Let's see what this looks like with a couple of little flowers either side. Has anybody got any brainwaves? I quite like that. It's predictable, But what? There's nothing wrong with being predictable if it works, is there? Don't think so. So if I were to use all those, let's put some things back, otherwise you know what's going to happen, don't you? They'll all get lost. And I can't use one of those, can I? One of those lighter ones. Would that add more interest to the situation? Yeah, I think it would. Maybe a lighter one of those up there against that ribbon. I think that's nicer. I think it has more interest. So I'm going to put a little light one up there as well. Right, okay. Blimey, all we need now is a blinking butterfly and we're well away, aren't we? Got everything then. I'll put those other two flowers in there and I'll put the little ones away. Oh, well, that didn't work too well. Right, okay, so they're at least away. Let's have a little stock take. If I was to stop at this stage, I'd be using the ribbon, the text, flowers, 3D embellishments. They're kind of 3D on their own, actually, the flowers, but this is elevated, so that is a 3D thing, and a face. So if I were to stop there now, that is it. It would be job done. So, question is, before I start sticking those down, is there anything else that I need to stick on? What does it look like anyway? I think that looks quite nice. If that was the cover of a journal, would you be disappointed? I don't think so. Would you be disappointed, Mr. F? Does it need more?
I don't believe it does, you know.
Because you can go on adding more, can't you? But why?
I mean, you could use a little bit of dimensional tape under those biggest flowers.
Yeah.
Which would give it even more 3D-ness.
Yeah.
And then the little ones would tuck nicely underneath because it had that little bit more
elevation. Yes,
elevation.
that's right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So let's take these off and put them where they're going. This is a one out the bag, which I must have put away. And I'll take these ones off and put them down here. It's just so I know where they're going to go. Take the birdie off. And I just need to stick this on, so I'm just going to use double-sided. It doesn't need to be or want to be elevated. I don't want it elevated, I want it quite flush. I want it just in from the edge a little bit. I don't like ribbon right on the edge, or lace for that matter, whatever. I like it just in a little bit. Right. It's all very matchy-matchy, this. But that's okay. I'm quite a matchy-matchy sort of person, really.
People suggesting words and stuff, but I don't suppose you want to add them till you decide what journal it's going on.
Well, I'll think about words in a minute. Actually, that's a good idea. Right, so that's stuck on with double-sided, and the reason I've done that is because if you don't, glue will seep through. I mean, you can do it, but it's easier with double-sided.
And Nancy's doing a gen and suggesting bling.
Nancy, really?
It's the fancy part of her.
Yes. I suppose Blingy's not with us.
She may be lurking at work, who's to know? Or she may actually be working at work for a change.
For a change. Right, so that's that. I think I can stick the bird on. I think I can go ahead and stick him on.
Kyung loves the colour.
Yeah,
She's a turquoise type girl.
I love turquoise Kyung. Anytime we go into a shop or whatever and there's a choice to be made, it's always turquoise. Don't even bother asking, it's turquoise. And yet, oddly, I haven't got very many turquoise clothes. I think that's because I'm a bit on the large side, and that's putting it mildly. And I tend to gravitate towards dark clothes. You think you hide yourself better, I suppose. Well, I've come a long way from thinking this was going to have a picture of Edith on the front with some flowers I'd made myself. Right, there you go. Just get my wipe, give them a good push down. Yeah, there's definitely room somewhere for a word, I think. Okay, so the next thing to do then is to attach the flowers. And as Mr. F rightly says, it would be better if I attached the larger of the flowers up a bit. So I want the larger, where's Fancy's tape? Here it is. So I've got that is very dimensional. I've also got some squares here that are, yeah, they're dimensional too, they'll do, they're fine. Which I'm sure Nancy also provided me with, because she provided me with enough dimensional tape to go around the entire world, I think. But it is handy to have. So these are squares, the larger squares, and they're quite thick. So let's put one, thank you, on the back of the large one. Now, without taking the back off, let's just see if we think that's up far enough. Or if I want to put another one on it and put that one on one. No, I think we'll get away with that actually. I think that'll be fine. So, just take the back off. Pop that in right in the corner there. I think if I was doing this and it was going to be a real actual journal cover, then I think that I would put glue on as well, just to be on the safe side. So these flowers, if I remember rightly, do not want to stick. In fact, I might use some Aleen's with them. Usually use E6000, but it's very reluctant to stick. So it just sort of goes under there. And these tiny weeny ones. So I'm using a fair amount of glue. Because the paper that they're made with seems to suck it up somehow. I'll just keep my finger on that for a minute until it thinks about drying. And then the other corner, so I'm going to put, yeah, I am going to put a dimensional thing on that. I like the idea of it. And it gets me out my problem with the 3D element. Let's just pop that there. like that underneath just a little bit, so it sort of nests in there. Yeah, well, if I was going to add a word, what would I add? Just journal or something more specific? Rise of the Anteaters. Right, okay. Let's have a look. See if we're happy with that. I quite like that. It's quite nice. Don't you think, Mr. F?
I think it's very pretty.
It is pretty. Yeah, I could get a word in here, across there, across his back. Or I could get a word in there. What words do I have? I don't think I've got a journal word anywhere. I don't know. It's in these drawers. Nothing of any. Oh, hang on. There's some words there. Okay, so these are all my porch prints. I don't know if they're the colour that exactly goes with this, but I can cut one out and we can find out. Are these all words? Blimey, they're getting larger.
It's more, I can just lob it on the printer.
Beauty, that's nice, isn't it? It's a weird green though, I don't think it goes. Thank you. I did here, I'm sorry. Caring. They're all weird colours, to be honest with you. They're from Calico Collage. So I've got these. Oh, they're a bit smaller, aren't they? They're the original ones I looked at. Let's cut out a word and see what it looks like. How about
the journal right in the middle?
Yeah, how about journal then? Let's just cut that out and see. Well, you know, it's anything but straight, as you would expect with my cutting. Not straight, straightish. It's a bit large.
Are the corners roundable?
It might be, but I mean, it's the colour. It's not right, is it? I don't think.
Not really.
Can you print me out? Stick a piece of that cream paper in.
Yeah.
And print me out a journal in some metallic font. It doesn't really matter which, but make it something like font size 24, something like that. Yeah, I'm not. It just doesn't go. It doesn't go, guys. So, despite our best efforts, that's not right. The only other things that I have are the Tim Holtz
Terry says, could you put up the prompts, please?
Yeah, sorry, Terry.
The latecomers haven't seen them.
There we go. Ribbon. Let's just go through them. That's my ribbon. Text, obviously, there. Flower, yeah, we have a plethora of those. 3D elements. Well, this whole thing is elevated from the card, and then these are on 3D, you know, that puffy foam stuff. It's got a name. And the face, I've chosen a bird because I just honestly, I couldn't find anybody's face that I wanted to use, apart from Mr. F's, of course.
Depends what you want to use it for.
So yeah, I mean, let's try journal there. Mr. F's having a bad time with his computers. He's trying.
I can't stream and do everything else.
Yeah, I was thinking that I would add some lace to it. I'm not saying that lace wouldn't have looked nice, because it would. but you can't have everything. I can't have everything on there. But I do agree with whoever it was that said a word. I think that might be a very good addition. Mr. F's doing his very best. We'll all be with you soon. In the interim, I'll show you this. This is a little journal. You can see it's just that size, so it's quite small. And I have made it with, it's a design team project, I should be telling you really, for Liana Scrap. Now, those of you that have watched me for some time will know that I've used a lot of Liana Scrap stuff over the period of time. I love it. It's really inexpensive, and I just love the digitals. So this is what I made with it. They're not sewn in yet or anything, but see, there's a fate. Just little collages and stuff. I'm working my way through it. Little pocket. Quite like that. It's quite cute. Probably just get safe paper clipped to the thing, but I mean, look at the images, they're gorgeous. And I'll show you them. It's called something poppy, vintage poppy I think it's called, but they are really nice. That one I chose for the front cover because it's just lovely. Lots of journaling pages, which I find really useful because it saves me having to put a collage or something on them. You just put the whole page in. And there's lots of very romantic, pretty ladies. These I've used one as a design sheet in my journal, but I'm going to cut round these and use them as journaling cards now. And I'll still have this bit left for using for a collage. And see, I've cut some of the pages up. That's a nice page. Yeah, there's a little card that I made. That will be a card as well. And that one I've cut up, goes that way. That's really lovely. I love that. And I love this mottled greeny, reddy. I love that. I really love it. It's like it's been sponged. It's really nice. Another journaling page. Another journaling page. And then this one, which is my favourite. That's why I've whacked half of it off. So it's really, really nice kit. My project will be done fairly soon. As I say, it's a design team project for Liana Scrap. Just to let you know. Right. Yeah, so you see with this one, I've got fabric binding there, and it comes over quite a long way. So you could see with this that, yeah, you know, your binding could easily come to there. I think that would be the norm, for me anyway, acceptable. Oh, I'm going to have lots of putting away to do once this is done. Looks all right. I just looked at the screen and it looks quite nice. I shall bring it up so you can have a look.
Really good.
Oh, lovely. Well, let's cut them out and have a look, shall we? Where's my decollage?
Well, peacock feathers colour around the side of them.
Maybe. I'll just get Timmy out to slice them with a decollage, and I'll get them somewhat straight. Is Jania with us today or away on her travels?
No, she's with us.
Sorry, Jania.
Very pretty papers, as she just said.
Very what?
Very pretty papers.
Thank you.
The ones you were just showing them, I presume.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, those. Yeah, they're gorgeous. I don't know why I chose poppies, actually, but they kind of speak to me, and I really love doing decoupage with poppies on it. It's one of my favourite things, actually. Right, so then I cut my nails. I really wish I hadn't. It's making life awkward. Let's cut this off. Let's try and get it somewhat straight. No, that's not straight. I moved it. Okay. I'll show you in a sec, guys. That just needs another bit off that side. This one.
Emily would like to know, is that trimmer worth the price?
For me it is, because I do an awful lot of decollage things. And my tearing skills are virtually non-existent. So yeah, for me it really was worth the price. It does what it says on the tin, no more no less, I guess. But if I had to buy it again, would I? Yeah, I would. If you're good at tearing and you don't mind tearing paper, then that might be the way forward for you. But I'm rubbish at it. I really am. And I hate it. I hate doing it. So yeah, for me it's worth it. And yes, as I say, I would buy it again. Okay, so let's have a look at our choices. We've got this one, which is small and says what it is. We've got this one, which is rather larger. Covers these ugly feet up, but I quite like that one actually. And this one.
That larger one could go right at the very top, like above his head. And you won't be on his wing or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit. Eh? It's kind of hanging over the top. I could trim it down. Oh, there's this one that is smaller in the first place. Right, the big question now is, do I ink it with peacock feathers, that turquoise colour, or do I ink it with vintage photo? I think peacock feathers.
Well, ink up one of the other ones that you're not going to use.
Yeah, good idea. Let's have a look for some peacock feathers. Here we go. I need a little... Oh. Let's just take this off here. Stick this one on. It's been used for another blue by the looks of it, but I think we'll be okay. Let's ink up this bit of paper that's got nothing on. It's a decision, isn't it? So it could make or break things. Right, so that would be it like that. Yeah, I quite like that actually. Yeah, that's fine. I've tried it. I like it. I think that's going to be a bit small. I could cut round it. You know what I mean? But it would make.
Bring that again bigger.
No. We will have a winner. Don't worry. That which I could cut round, or this one out. Glory. No, I like this one. But I am actually going to cut round it a bit more. I'm going to cut into it a bit closer. We don't need all that space. Just pop that there. What do you think? I quite like that. Let's ink around it, and then we'll make another decision. It's very juicy, this peacock feathers. I've taken to storing my inks. Oh, that's gorgeous. On like this, upside down. And I find them much juicier than they used to be when I stored them this way up. But Timmy says, and he should know, that it doesn't make any difference. But honestly, I do find a difference. So anyway.
Now we've inked it and cut it, shall we move it around a few places?
Yeah, let's just see what... Seem a long way away today, guys. There you go. Yeah, so that's it there. That's it right at the top. I don't like that. There's too much. I don't like that at all. That's it down there over his feet. That's it with his feet sort of on it. That might be a winner.
Or further down again, like into the corner.
I don't think you can have it there. I think the two to think about is there with his feet resting on it, or kind of there. Can you scooch in a little bit so they can see?
I can.
Please.
So is that position A or B?
This is position A.
Right.
So which do you prefer, people? Position A, which is that one, or position B, which is that one? Let me know. I'll be waiting. Yeah, that's position B. Down the bottom there. And position A is here.
Everybody's saying feet.
Feet. Feet it
Almost
is.
like he's perched on it.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, right, that's what we're going to do. Thank you for your assistance in such matters.
I mean, of course, had we thought it first, we could have made him perch on it and put it under his front claws.
We could, but, you know, we didn't.
I know, just saying.
But we could, but we didn't. So there we go. Does look like he's standing on it, I think. Which is great. It's because he was perched in the middle of nowhere, wasn't he? There we go. I reckon I've done it. Let's just have a final check. Yeah, lovely. Marvellous. So there is my journal cover. I think I'd be quite pleased with that on the front of a journal, actually. You could mess, honestly, couldn't you, really mess forever. But here's my journal cover, and I have used ribbon, yes. Text, yes. Flower, 3D element. Well, this is 3D, that's 3D, and that's 3D, so we're all right with that. And the face, the birdie's got a face. So there we are. There we go, guys. I cannot wait to see who's the first one in the group to get theirs up and to see their take on it. Because it could be something entirely different. It could be a baby, it could be a teddy bear, it could be a little mouse, Michelle, it could be anything. Anything that's got a face. A clock. Can you think of anything else that's got a face? Dandelions. Dandelion clocks.
Dodecahedron.
How is it a clock?
It's got faces.
Oh, faces. I forgot we're looking for faces. I thought we're looking for clocks. Oh dear, excuse me, I've gone off on the wrong track. Not for the first time. So yeah, there you go. There's the challenge. I really hope that you enjoy it. If you are not a member of the Facebook group and you want to be, no problem. Just pop over. It's Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal group on Facebook. You'd be very welcome. We're a good group, a really nice group. There's no kind of nastiness goes on. that I'm aware of. So join that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. It does make a huge difference to us. And thank you very much for joining me. I will be live again on Saturday, same time as this, where we'll be doing something. I don't know what yet, so it'll be a surprise. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Take care, be safe, be happy, see you soon, bye!